Welcome to another Founder Wisdom Pod with Ludovico Rossi today with us. He's a CRO and co-founder at Brickken.
Hi.
Bricken's a comprehensive token suite solution that operates similarly to Shopify, but with a focus on assets and company tokenization. I believe the company raised about 3 million so far. And yeah, Ludo has been founding this company about 4 years ago. So, Ludo, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to nowadays.
Yeah. Hi, Charles. Thanks for inviting me to this podcast. And yes, again, I'm Ludovico Rossi, Chief Revenue Officer and co-founder at Brickken. We are basically an infra solution for tokenization of RWA with a special focus on financial instruments. We do support EVM blockchains, of course. And yeah, we are keep building this year. We just launched also a white label and API solution as an enterprises solution to offer to the market. And we have been around for almost 5 years already, because we started actually in the early 2021, just putting the foot on the gas. And yeah, since then we raised actually firstly an ICO of $2 million, just by selling pre-selling our token that is already TG'd like 2 years ago, and it's healthy. That this is kind of good, because not a lot of project can say the same. And on the other hand, also we closed another 2.5 million round last year. We announced it in January actually.
Nice. And yeah, tell me a bit more about the platform itself. Like what you do. You mentioned like the Shopify of, yeah, like who are you targeting and what pain point are you solving with Brickken?
Yeah, so I mean, through all, this is a really new sector, really, I mean, incipient market, right? So now it's just starting actually, and we already been around for 5 years, and luckily we survived, because was really crossing the desert. It's not like an expression that startup founders use, but in this case was really crossing the desert, because the legal framework wasn't there, etc. So as Brickken, thanks also to my partner that is the CEO, Edwin. He's a M&A lawyer, experienced one. So the thing is like, what can we do if there is no security law around, let's say, for tokenizing securities, right? So we've been starting pioneering the tokenization of limited company. Also, we demonstrate that in the Spanish sandbox, and then last year in the European sandbox. So now it's pretty much accepted in different European countries. And we started with the idea, okay, let's tokenize limited companies. And we started with the idea also that, yes, the startups, they will use definitely this tool, because it's so easy to use. We really focused ourselves in a user experience, really simple, no? Looking for Web2 user experience, but with the benefits of blockchain, no? And what happened is that we realized that the value proposition actually is not really fundraising. It's not because you are running a tokenization you can fundraise easier, but it's optimization and more cost efficient. No, so you are saving time on operative costs. So that's the real value proposition. That's why today our targets are more like financial institution, like a lending platform, for example. So for them, it's really easy to issue a tokenized bond, uh, collect money from multiple amount of investors, and in that way we automatize. I mean, our asset management solution automatize all the onboarding process. So KYC, asset management, investment management, etc. It's all run through our platform. So basically, you
Right.
decrease your operating costs and you increase your margin.
Right. And you mentioned ICO, like were these like even still a thing in 2021? Like I thought like the ICO craze was dead after like 2019 or something like that.
Yeah, true. That's again a good question, Charles. Yeah, actually, we were one of not the last, because still people is running SEOs, whatever. But of course, wasn't easy like 2017. So it's not that, oh, we have an idea and a landing page and you raise millions,
And a
but
white
actually,
paper.
yeah, exactly, with paper. No, for us it
Referencing
took
Satoshi a couple of times.
yeah, putting some picture around and also sending tokens to the wallet of Vitalik and and done. But no, the thing is that for us was a little bit harder. So we've been fighting a lot to reach the target. It took us 8 months around, let's say, and actually we raised, I mean, the majority of the funds in the last 3 months. So, and the last mile was the more converting one, of course. And we started from zero. So it was really, really a great result what we achieved.
Interesting. Now it seems that you do a lot of things on the platform, right? Like, what is your strategy? Are you still at the product market fit level in which you're testing a bunch of things? Like, how can you derive like much value to the company if you're all in all these directions?
Yeah, so actually, as a start, especially in this phase, we are starting to scale up. Okay, so we are preparing. We also switched to SaaS model this year. So we are ending now the transaction, and we, as I mentioned before, we also launched weight label and APIs. So we are definitely still testing the product market fit with different kind of targets, especially with the APIs in this case, but we do have like a really solid product. So we have a specific target that are financial entities, SMEs, okay, small and medium, and because the big one are moving really slow at this level in on this market. But also we are testing all new target anytime with our outbound strategies, because I mean the potential of tokenization you can apply to everything literally. So from entertainment, that it's an interesting sector, to real estate, that is the classic one, to financial sector and so on. So the thing is, we always keep testing, but still scaling some specific verticals, definitely.
And what are you focusing on nowadays as a CRO? Like, what is your main go-to-market motion?
I mean, with my team, only this year we built the outbound department, let's say, okay, because before I tested many times like outbound strategies, but at the end it wasn't working because tokenization wasn't a thing. So nobody was, I mean, understanding, even if real estate was the main vertical, less than 1% of people was understanding the real benefit of it. So I mean, for us it's been hard, but nowadays with all our I mean campaigns, we are really strong on AdWords and I mean paid ads, so that's good. On Google, I mean, we rock a lot. Inbound, we are really solid. So my focus now is to, of course, shorten the sales cycle, and then also increasing the level of upselling after the first sale. So that's great. We have, I mean, SaaS model, so you now can scale the different plans, but also jump to a white label solution, etc. So now we are pushing harder there, and also Brickken as a specialty. We are tech providers, but of course the sales cycle involve legal partners, sometimes marketing agencies, whatever. So we count with a huge and global ecosystem of partners, and we also push those services to our clients in order for them to increase their success rate. And also, of course, we are generating free leads for them, so we take our chunk.
Interesting. And your ICP, you target VCs, you target franchises. Like, who are you targeting the most nowadays?
Yeah, I told you it's like more lending platforms, because they have a really capital intense model. So any kind of capital intense business model should use tokenization actually. But I'm seeing that the big difference is in that direction. So they can open a new door to potential borrowers anytime they want at the price they want, and on the other side they can scale their business because as much money they have, more they can lend, right? So
Right. And what's your main channel to target them? Is it cold outreach? Is it ads? Is it SEO? Like, as a CRO, what are you focusing on?
In that case, we go more for AdWords, definitely. So and then also outbound. Let's say that from with outbound we sniper our target, and with inbound now we are separating some specific campaigns, etc. But yeah, mainly outbound, I would say. If you want to sniper something, that's the way.
Right. And what does the messaging look like via outbound? And when you say outbound, are you referring to LinkedIn outreach or cold email? Give us like more details on how you're
Everything,
being successful.
everything. Yeah, so LinkedIn definitely is a channel that is working better. Okay, so I think it's because of the personal touch. It's not a cold emailer reaching out to you, but it's a profile person. But also I think that outbound is just not okay. You use maybe bots or I mean manual messages on LinkedIn that is working, but it's because of the way and the touch that you have in that. Okay, so if you find a way to have a soft touch or really generating interest, no, in the reader, then yeah, that is working. So you can use even cold calling. Okay, that I mean is not the main channel, whatever, of course, but LinkedIn definitely is the best one.
Interesting. So, what are your top goals for this year? What do you want to achieve with the company?
I mean, we want to target the 2 millions in revenue. I want to sell a lot of white label, and then also automatize the flow of purchase from for the SaaS plans. So we do count with the three different plans. So since this is again an incipient market, I mean the market needs a lot of education, because we are with the finishing the curve of early adopters. Now we have to jump the chasm in order to get to the early users, no, uh, and the early consumers. So that is usually theoretically a 35% of the market unlock. So we have to be ready for that, right? So being ready for that, I mean, for us means also if I generate automation where the people understand our value proposition, feel secure because of our partner ecosystem, and is able to register, purchase, and run a single tokenization alone this year, I mean, I would be super happy for that because customer support is and success is really important department for us. I mean, you have really to take care of your clients and guide them. So if we reach the goal of automatize all the process and closing this, we're gonna be ready for the next year. So it's not only about revenue, but it's about user experience and the automation that we can involve in the process in order to scale
Right.
more.
How do you feel the market crypto wise this year? Like with the new administration, the US, has it picked up some traction, or is it? Have you felt it slow down nowadays?
I mean, we all were the crypto world was happy about Trump administration, so Trump overpromised as usual a little bit. So I mean, now he have to keep up with what he promised. The thing is that there are clear signals, no signs of an evolution. So definitely we will get there. I mean, I have no doubt about there. Now is maybe transition phase, as you want to call it. But the SEC chairman change. He's a really pro tokenization. All the big players are into tokenization. Everybody's talking about tokenization. Dubai is also leading the way on the other side. So I mean, US has to make a move definitely. They promised that they will do it anyway, even if they are no time and wasn't so prompt as we expect, But at the end, I mean, it will happen. So basically, we are getting ready as like our competitors in order to surf that wave. So
Interesting. And how's the scene in Barcelona and in Europe? Do you feel the crypto is still going strong there, or is it sort of calm like the startup scene?
I mean. As a cultural point of view, I mean, Europe, it's always, I mean, being too careful about everything. So they always start regulating a market that they don't have. Okay, and usually, I mean, the US is the one pushing hardest for on new stuff. So the thing is, yeah, here we have been waiting for MiCA regulation that finally is out there. Now there is also DORA and everything. So here the appetite about crypto, especially in business, but not crypto, let's say blockchain and tokenization, for example, is growing, is there. Now the time frame is regulated, but the players themselves are not taking this risk as, for example, you want to expect in Latin America. Latin America is exploding, is growing really fast. They are a really developing country, right? So the thing is that in Europe we are comfortable. So new stuff is like, yeah, it's cool. Like I can try something, but it's not that I really need it, you know. So the real need is in other country. So I mean, when Bitcoin born, I mean, in Nigeria, Colombia, Venezuela, no, those are the countries that really accept that revolution at the first as a first instance. No, so in this case, for example, Argentina is moving really well. We have Ecuador, El Salvador, and Brazil that are really ready to make the step. Everything is there. The lawyers, I mean, all the ecosystem is ready. They want to do. There is a lot of appetite, and is moving fast. So we will see a huge growth in the future.
And do you feel blockchain has completed its promise in these countries like Argentina and some parts of Africa? Do you feel that it has delivered the initial promise of borderless and ultimately fast and cheap transactions?
Yes, I mean definitely blockchain and I mean permissionless tokens are out there. So stable coins and everything definitely is there working, and the people is using it. Then it's the question would be, is the financial system integrating this, you know, solutions into their standards? This is happening, but slowly. But actually, from behind the scenes, we have seen like a lot of acceleration in stablecoin adoption, even at an institutional level, and that will make the difference.
Interesting. Well, thanks for coming on the pod, Ludo. Where can people find out more about you and your company?
I mean, definitely you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or at my email, really simple, ludovico@bricken.com, or otherwise on bricken.com, our webpage. There is a lot of information, and happy to talk more about it with you and my team.
So that was Ludo and Charles for another